Hey man, Shalom to the elected the nation of Israel. Another video lesson. Come through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Faith, making you body a living sacrifice. Prophesying day in and day out, man. You know, Lord willing, this lesson is kind of straight to the point. So we all know that the seasons and the times we're in of this land, you know, they're all into their I'm trying to get my phone. You know, they're in this you know how they do, they're on clockwork, you know. So right now they're on their Halloween time. The title of is going to be pretty much a bit of the origin of Halloween, because I won't have a lot of the sources right with me, so I won't go verbatim word for word. But pretty much it's mythological. You know, it was created by the Celts. They had a belief of, we don't even have to get into it because it's not biblical. It's wisdom of the world, and it's just heavily mythological. But we're going to get a few precepts on, you know, why you so-called Native Americans and Hispanics and blacks shouldn't be getting into it. Even though, you know, Jake is wise to do evil, so they come up with their own shit. You know, you got the Levites, they do voodoo, and they praise all kind of wicked deities and different monsters besides Jack-o'-lantern. You know, that's Judah thing. You know, they're doing that over here. And Judah, you know, not to make fun of the Lord's tribe, but they're just demons in themselves. You know, they're just wicked as hell. And then, you know, you got Simeon, they're into the Santa Maria, so they got their own demon asshole that their head is up. You know, you got Issachar, they celebrate the Day of the Dead, where they paint different skulls and things of those sort. You know, so these things are like conjuring spirits. You know, you're invoking spirits. You know, and these are heathenistic ways, and the heathens practice this, and this was never our custom. You know, we have holy days, you know, not holidays. You know, I'm pretty sure there's a word, Hollywood. It goes back to like a wicked tree in California. You know, that they do riches with. You know, holly. You know, but that's not to be too deep or to go too off with it from the point I'm trying to make. But it is commanded from the Heavenly Father that we don't participate in these things, because these things are wicked. They're not ways of Him, and the Lord didn't tell us to seek these paths. You know, so and this is why we are where we are right now. You know, the bottom of the barrel. You know, the tail of the body. You know, we ain't shit right now. You know, we in the flesh. We sinning like ever. We being judged. We got curses upon us. We can't enjoy the fruits of our labor. We're mourning. We have a different nation above us when we're supposed to be the head, man. You know, don't you know, when we get our act together, when the Lord comes back and refreshes things, we're no longer going to live like this. This is not how we're meant to be born and to wither away. But we're going to get right into it. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 18. And pretty much sorcery and witchcraft, it goes back to the Greek word pharmakeia, which is pretty much deceiving and just conjuring up different things. That's why they got those potions, those different what they call those things, not those slow globes, but pretty much potions. Yeah, that's what they do on Halloween. You got potions, you got all kinds of witches. You know, it's witchcraft. You know, the Lord ain't dealing with witches, man. Witches get put to death. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 10, straight to the point, cutting up, you know, all of it. Yeah, it's one thing, you know, when we was a child, we act as a child, we spoke as a child, but now we're a man, you know, roughly paraphrasing, we're supposed to act and be us, so, you know, mentally, you know, because, yeah, when we were a kid, you know, we're into the world, you know, we doing all manners of whatever, you know, we praising Santa and shit like that, you know, being Satan. But now, you know, we got that wisdom, you know, we should refrain our kids from, you know, it can't be over righteous, you know, if there's candy in the store, they get some candy, but they don't need to be participating with these heathens going door to door. Got the whole costume on, all 10 toes, 2 feet into it, you know, all in that spirit, you know. Yeah, you might get some chocolate or some shit, but you could eat candy today and candy tomorrow. You ain't gotta wait till that damn day to get in that same spirit. But enough of my talking. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 18 verse 10. There shall not be found among you, you being Israel, you know, because this whole book is for Israel, anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire. So, you know, sacrificing and things of the sort, fire, Molech, pretty much doing rituals with your kids, what they got going on with the baby blood stuff, what they call it. But yeah, you guys get my point. You guys know what I'm talking about. Pretty much also, pretty much taking your kids to these abortion clinics before they even birth. You know, I'm trying to get that word for the blood thing. It is what it is. You know, the spirit don't got me bringing it out. They might strike my channel for it. Or that trust and divinations being witchcraft. You know, deceiving things outside of this word. Or an observer of time. So you know, you all into this what they call that shit, astrology. Oh, the moon is on this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna feel this. You all into it, you know, because yeah, people track the times, you know, but for the Passover, you know, for the holy days, to know when different certain things are coming, you know, Issachar, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the so-called Guatemalans, what are that? Is that, I believe, the tribe of Naphtali? It might be the tribe of Naphtali or the tribe of Asher, but you know, go back to the list and you can see, you know, but the Guatemalans, you know, they participate in those things to let us know when the Sabbath day would be here and things of those sort. But you know, these people, you know, they go into the zodiac, oh this and that, my birthday, you know, they're all about, you know, celebration of themselves and not the Holy One, not the highest, being Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Or an enchanter, you know, those who you know, you just conjuring spirits. You know, we don't got to get into each word, but you know, conjuring spirits and invoking demons. You know, that's not, you all into that church shit. You talking about the Holy Ghost and you doing all this theatrical stuff. That's not biblical. Or a witch, in which we know has to get put to death. Or a charmer, or a consulter with familiar spirits, or wizards or necromancers, those speaking to the dead, you know, because that's really where Halloween originates from. That paganism is thinking that this is the best day to speak to the dead. There's a portal between day, the time of the season of day and the season of night, you know, if you go into the history of this thing, you know. So pretty much those things and what the Heavenly Father has ordained us to do. And we're going to finish up with this verse. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, because of these abominations, the Lord, thy power, does drive them out from before me. So you know, right now we're not in the side of the Heavenly Father. We're not in good. You know, right now we in captivity. You know, we down bad. Long story short, you know, and that's really as a sacrifice of Cain. You know, which is spirit to Esau. You know, the spirit of Satan. You know, you giving up an unrighteous sacrifice. Here you are, you're supposed to be just getting down or doing, or you know, in that Feast of Trumpets or the Day of Atonement time of seasoning, and you out here, you know, you getting ready to, oh, I'm about to go to Halloween, I'm about to do Thanksgiving, celebrate the atrocities of the Native Americans, ooh, I'm about to go to celebrate Satan, you know, you getting all in that spirit, you know, that's that spirit, that's the mirth of this land, but it's gonna be soon put out, man, you know. It's all for the Lord said, you know, everything's for an appointed time. So, you know, it's really no rush. I mean, it is a rush. We need to get the fuck up out of here. You know, that's a fact. But it's no rush for the Lord, man. Because 1,000 days to us is one to him. And Pope Gregory the Third is the one who designated the next day, pretty much, like the times after, short time after Halloween, as the Day of the Saints. So, you know, that's that pagan, that's that plantation Christianity, that's that wacky-tacky Christianity, you know, that apostle ball as it goes into, man, you know. So pretty much they praising the saints and they're saying they're dead, but we know the saints are alive and they're in their lots. Yes, some are in the spirit world, but they're not no pagan Romanistic dudes, man. They're Israelites, you know. But come on, Lord willing, straight to the point, you know. You so-called Native Americans, Hispanics, and blacks are the children of the Most High. You know, you guys are called Israelites, starting with the tribe of Judah, all the way on down to, last but not least, Issacharites, you know, being so-called Mexicans, you know. You guys don't need to be participating in none of these upcoming holidays, man. And even your birthdays, you guys need to refrain from that, you know, because they all have a paganistic beginning, an origin. Like right now, we're not even in the 10th month. Really, the 10th month is Salakia. We are in the 10th month is really December, being Dec. You know, so these are all the names of the months are named after Satanistic gods and mythological deities. Same with your days of the week. Saturday being Saturn Day, I believe. You know, but the rest of that is a topic for a different day. You know, that was just, you know, letting you guys know you guys don't need to be celebrating nothing like that. So Shalom, Lord, that was edifying, straight to the point. Give my personal glory to you. How about you, man? Shalom.